Hello, everyone, and welcome to Moonride. This is Dave Johnson, channeling the Man in the Moon. So the first domino has fallen. That is the first Trump case went the way of E. Jean Carroll. I'd like to congratulate her and say thank you from all of us for being so strong that you would stand up to this man. I notice also there's a couple other legal decisions that are going against the conservatives, like against Fox News and Santos. Look, the tide has turned. Something has shifted, and the truth is coming out. We do have to give praise to the universe and to even our legal system because it does seem like it is finally working. But let's take a look at the dominoes and see how they're going to fall. If you would like to take a look at my website, I do give readings about the future. Take a look. It'll be down below. Let's see about the Trump dominoes. One thing they have that dominoes like line them up to tilt, and they make this kind of funny, movement. That sort of domino movement, I'm seeing like a lot of dominoes, and a lot of the times it seems like they have fallen in the past, but they never land on Trump. It's almost like he sees them go down. I mean, Trump's had bankruptcies. He's had lots of investigations, and he's never harmed by them. And so it really did create this kind of arrogance, like he's untouchable. Like he could just do whatever, and that's kind of what he really believed. Now it's funny because it almost looks like the domino didn't hit him, but it's falling on people close to him. So like the lawyer that I see getting squashed by the domino, it's Trump's lawyer. I forget what the guy his name is, but Trump's lawyer in the Eugene Carroll case. So this was rather again, it's not necessarily hitting Trump so badly. You can be sure that this lawyer's going to get a lot of grief from Donald, and but it because it came really really close. Now it didn't put him in jail, which is why I think it's hitting the lawyer, but not Trump. But the lawyer's getting mad because Donald's trying to blame him. Now, this lawyer's not a wimpy guy. He's not a Rudy Giuliani. He's not a character in Trump's play. He is a person in his own right. And he's not really happy about Donald. Imagine two Donalds meeting each other. That's more what it's like. So I'm seeing this guy red faced, really telling Trump off. Really saying, you know what, man, I don't need your money. I'm a lawyer already. I just took this case to advertise my services. I'm done. I'll take a walk. You want to pay someone else? Go ahead. I'm not tolerating this kind of things. Some almost like he's met a person who considers himself Trump's equal. Notice that it's another, powerful white male, right, who's bombastic. He's not put up with this. So, how many lawyers has Trump got left? Are going to jail or they're quitting. Oh, and there's something that Jenna Ellis character. I know that there's a subpoena out for her for records, and she's disappeared. And it's funny because she looks like a kind of foolish teenager type. She's there smacking her gum and looking at her nails, and she's really sort of not taking anything very seriously. This is next. It is starting to look serious for her. And it's kind of like, when a person's eating their food and they're getting caught like half chew. They're kind of like this. That's her. So expect these guys are gonna find her. That is whoever's subpoenaing her is going to find her. She's avoiding the subpoena, and when they do find her, they're gonna search. I see a lot of guys clad in black. It could be a Federal Bureau of Investigations. So it's not just some low level, search for stuff. It's not just a lawyer requesting. It seems to have implications in that, so that authorities, again, I see several figures in black, and it does look like FBI clothing and vests, caps. Okay. Jenna Ellis is getting serious. It's funny. She's smoking a cigarette and she puts it out. And it's almost like I'm gonna stop this bad habit now. It's like she realizes how serious this is. She's starting to think serious. She's starting to like go, uh-oh. She's rather tearful. And it's like in an instant she finally grew up. And she's there being tearful and saying, okay, I'll give you this information. And they're not holding back. They're like, look, you can go to jail or you can give us everything and you can start to turn state's evidence. Again, it's not, this seems beyond the civil. I think there's two women working on the Georgia election panel, and they were singled out and their lives were pretty much destroyed because of these lies that were spread out about them. And that's what the subpoena is about. Again, I want to say that it seems more serious than just a civil suit. So there are some other things that are going on. There's evidence there that is relevant to other cases that are more serious than a civil case. She wasn't taking it seriously before. Again, she's getting serious now. So Spirit, is she gonna like spill up the beans? She doesn't like it, but yeah, it's almost like she's had a revelation and she realizes she's in trouble and she's like, I'll give you whatever you want. Kind of having a breakdown, like a psychological, personal breakdown. I think she was really naive and didn't have any idea. She totally drunk the Kool-Aid. She believed it all, and now she's worried. She has information on Giuliani and Trump, and that information will put Giuliani in jail. Again, this is not just civil. Oh, you know what? That laptop, they always talk about Hunter Biden's laptop. Funny, we never see Hunter Biden's laptop. No one has ever quoted from Hunter Biden's laptop, which, you know, makes sense. It would be illegal for them to do so. The guy who fixed the laptop may be able to retain that laptop because he wasn't paid, but you can't break into your email. That's still illegal. Just because you have a physical laptop does not give you the right to the information on a website. It does not give you free access to that person's emails. So there's something Rudy did. He got that laptop. He took it to some people who were creepy, and they took a look at it and were prepared to manipulate it. And that's when they broke in. Like, someone came and took the laptop away. He had to give it up to the authorities. So there is another case here that's going on, and that has to do with Rudy and disinformation. This is connected to Trump. He did not do it directly. He instructed Rudy to do it. So is Rudy going to spill the beans? Rudy looks quite helpless. And when I ask him if he's going to spill the beans, he's tearful but says yes. He doesn't have much left. He gives up. He just gives up. And they really need to go after him because Rudy's old. He is not going to be around forever. And that's a factor. He's like, I want to live out some portion of the end of my life in peace, and I'm not going to have any peace until I start, telling the truth. Yeah, there's something there, you guys. Look for that to be a significant and important thing, because there is a good deal more to this laptop story than we are being told. All right, so that's a domino I wasn't thinking of. What about other things? All right, I'm seeing a couple other cases. I'm getting the word Georgia. I think that's next. I think there's two cases going on in Georgia, and I'm seeing kind of two cases happen. And a good deal of seriousness in regard to this case, like the people are looking serious. It is going to be harder because it's going to be hard to find someone who is not a diehard Trump supporter in Georgia. So 12 people, it's going to be hard to do that. It's all going to be about the jury selection. One thing is these people who are setting up the juries, they know what that looks like, right? They are wise enough, they've experienced enough discrimination themselves so that they can look at these 12 people and go, all right, let's ask these questions. Very savvy. It's really worth noting if you have ever been discriminated against, it does teach you something, and not justifiable, but what have you learned is a worthwhile question to ask through this, terrible policies of victimization of people. What did you learn? These guys have learned something. This seems like the biggest one. There's a sort of fire, like, it's funny because I see a fire, like a building on fire, like a courthouse, but I also see Bonnie Willis and the other lady building a brick wall. And they're like laying bricks, small bricks. The wall's curved. I don't know what that means, but it's not straightforward like an angle. It's like they're walling off a case, maybe. Spirit, can you tell me more about this? So the burning courthouse building could just be a new day, because now I'm just seeing the sun come up. So, it's like this is a totally separate case. You start from square one and you move through it. And it's next level. So don't forget that there is a reason we're going through this, is we have to learn how to make these cases. How can you get people to be totally rational? How can you get people to put their politics aside? How can you choose a jury that is rational? All of these are questions that we haven't really dealt with before, because we didn't really have a person with his power before the courts, per se. Now, she's telling me we don't know how this case is going to go yet. She's shuffling the deck, and it's kind of the cards we are dealt with. That's what she's saying. We'll have to wait and see, but understand that, a sort of lady justice figure is there. Notice that these cases are being adjudicated by women for the most part. And it's really important to notice whether somebody is convicted or not, the truth is coming out. Whether you believe the conviction that has befallen Trump or you don't, The truth is the truth, and the truth is coming out. And that's what people will read about in 100 years. It's interesting to notice that, cheaters never prosper. I'm almost seeing like Jenna Ellis on the upswing, getting attention and money, and now on the downswing. And that's another important thing for people to see, that supporting falsehoods and supporting Trump has consequences. Rudy is realizing that, he was perfectly rich before, and now he's so broke he can't even afford a lawyer. He's broke and he's in bad health. Jenna was young, and now she is totally contrite, worrying about her future, afraid that she could go to jail. She's affected, like almost like been broken in half, and faces a difficult future. The truth is coming out. Watch this next case that is a civil case involving information that Rudy Giuliani has and Jenna Ellis has. There's some blockbuster material that is being discovered, even if we don't know right away. This appears that it will be revealed before the next case, which is being laid out. It's very systematic. It's like, now we know, one case, this is how Jean Carroll went, and now we'll use that information to apply to the next case, which is going to be novel in a new way. This is exactly how things are supposed to happen. So take comfort. The universe is watching. We are being held. We are going through this process. It's organic, and we're learning what we need to learn right now to proceed step by step. It's difficult because it didn't used to seem to take so long, but it didn't evolve the same level of political people before. This is exactly how we are supposed to learn. It doesn't mean that it's fun or the people are behaving well. It just means that we are experiencing this now at this time. And I do see these lawyers in Georgia giving me the thumbs up. Like, this is working out just fine. Thanks so much for watching.